How do you think human trafficking is like at an all-time high?
It might be at the all-time high, but what's happened is the awareness, I think, is at the all-time high. People, for me, human trafficking is not new. I've been investigating human trafficking for many, many years, identifying victims, doing a lot of training, training state and locals. When you go to training ER doctors, when the victims are taken to the doctor by the trafficker because she's sick, and they treat her like a car. I need the car to work. So just fix her up enough and let's go. But it's the trafficker. It's not the boyfriend. It's not the husband. And the trafficker is there. And you got to understand there's force, fraud, or coercion behind this. Some people like, why don't they run away? Why don't they escape? Some do. They're not shackled. They don't have to be shackled. They have been defeated. They have been coerced to a level, a psychological level that it's very hard to us to understand if we've never been a victim of that. And we're talking by physical force. We're talking about, I have your child and I will cut off his fingers and send them to you type of coercion. I will have you deported. I've taken your documents from you. You're not free to leave. It's a slave.
Yeah.
And most of it is sexual exploitation. Some of it is also for labor. Let's not forget that there's a lot of men and women being at work here in the United States, at forced labor, which they get paid very little or nothing to work in the camps and work in other like sweatshop type of situations.
Yeah. You know what really freaked me out? It was like, it's about like 10 years ago. There was like a record amount of unaccompanied minors. And there was like 70,000 here in the Donna or in the Rio Grande Valley area. I think that they were being, kept in facilities. What is the whole idea about the minors coming unaccompanied,
There's child trafficking involved. There's child recycling involved. There's some are just actual kids that are going to be reunited with their parents because they separate them. And I'll give you a quick example in El Paso. We're working in El Paso. We take down a motel of illegal aliens with a smuggler. And it's about 17 or 18 illegal aliens, all adults, men and women. We would take them in to get processed. Border Patrol helps us they're better at processing, and they help us. They come into the office to help us process. I'm there just kind of walking, helping around. My partners are interviewing the smuggler. And one of the ladies in the tank, the illegal alien, is like, mi hija. She's telling me in Spanish, my daughter. And I go over there like, wait, what daughter are you talking about? There's no kids at the motel. And she's like, no, I gave him my daughter. I gave the guy, meaning the smuggler. So I go over there, talk to my partner, and say, we got to press this guy. So we press him, and I go in there and interrogate him, and he gives up the address of where this child might be. In El Paso, we suit up. We detain everybody. We suit up. We go hit this house in El Paso. Boom, 18 kids in the house.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
4 adults taking care of them. None of them their parents, obviously, including her 18-month-old daughter is there. This is a long time ago. That's the point that I'm making. This didn't happen yesterday. It's been happening for a long, long time. And so all of a sudden, we're like, what in the world? 18 kids. Now imagine the thousands that you just thought about. With 18 kids, we were overwhelmed that night. We're like, we need vans, we need car seats, we need diapers, we need formula, we need resources. All of a sudden, we call CPS, we call the state, we got all these people to help us out. And where are the parents? Well, we have no clue where these parents are at. And a lot of these kids are recycled to be used to be smuggled.
I always thought that.
They use them. I'll use this child. The cartel use them to enter their people that they want to enter, like a family unit. Some are just straight up trafficked. Some are sold. Some are reunited with their parents. Some are reunited with a family member. All of the above, if you can think about it, all of the above. What's happening now is now you're more aware of it. And yes, it doesn't help that the border's wide open, and they keep on doing it even more so now.
Yeah. You were mentioning earlier that that a lot of different cultures from different countries are assimilating in Mexico.
Yeah.
And they end up coming up as Mexicans when they're not really Mexicans. Tell me a little bit about that, bro.
Middle Easterners. I used to interview them there in Mexico and got access to go into the detention facilities in Mexico. And we're talking about illegal aliens that we call, in Department of Homeland Security, we call them SIAs, Special Interest Aliens, that come from Bangladesh, Somalia, Yemen,